Your Salford Red Devils 12 in a game that Salford Red Devils had to win the hard way, no doubt whatsoever. We're going straight to the controversy. Oh yes, the King, Runny Yawa, given a red card. Absolutely disgraceful. If Harry Smith's wasn't a red, how can Runny Yawa's be a red? If anything, the Smith one was worse at Casford at the Jungle this year. Let's call it for what it was. Both Hooley and Stott looked like rabbits looking for a borough. They went for it, didn't they? I'm not saying for 1 minute, okay, that these are good tackles. I'm not saying that. Concussion protocols are very important, but come on, Stocky went for it the same way that Hooley did. And quite frankly, like I say, it was no worse. In fact, it was certainly not worse than the Harry Smith one where he got away with it. Match review panel, all eyes on you. The integrity of rugby league at stake. How dare you? If you dare to ban King Runny Yawa, get ready for the pelters that are coming your way from the rugby league community. It was a shocking decision. Should never have happened. There you go. I've said my piece. I mean, you know, Mike Eccles in his post-match press conference said that they didn't handle that very well going down, Salford going down to 12. If anything, they handled themselves going down to 12 when Will Lavelle went off better. I thought in that 10-minute period just before the King went off, I thought they looked half decent, and actually they got a bit of a roll on. Both defensively they turned up for each other, and offensively they started to look as if they could maybe do something. It was really, really interesting. As for Will Lavelle, I think he's in trouble with the match review panel. I think that's going to be called a hip drop on Tim Lafai. I think he could be in a lot of trouble. And I want to give big praise to Ethan Ryan. He went down with what surely looked like ligament damage to his knee. I mean, the knee should not bend the way that it did. And then he gets up and carries on playing. Congratulations, Ethan Ryan. Just goes to show how tough our rugby league players are and why we love them all so much, regardless of the shirts they wear. They are quite simply gladiators. Oh, yes. Right. Great start to the game, this one for the London Broncos. Let's be clear on that. The McCartney try, very easy on the eye. They've done this a couple of times this season, haven't they? They've got off to really good starts in the game, but then faded away. It wasn't long, of course, before the Watkins try evened things up a little bit. Well, actually, Salford got into the lead at that point. Good run from Briley. It's got to be said. Opening up for Watkins. A nice try. And then, of course, in the second period, just the one try, the Dion Cross one really nicely worked. A great pass out from Sneed. I thought the pass out Leyland as well for the McCartney try was absolutely beautiful on the eye as well. Good player, isn't he? Ollie Leyland, enjoying him this season. An opportunity lost, I think, for London. And I think Mike Eccles will reflect on that as his team will. But the bottom line is, there's clear problems at London this season. I'm just going to outline a couple for you now. First and foremost, they haven't got the potency down the middle. The forwards, quite simply, are not big enough and are not punching holes in the opposition. That's a major problem at this level. You look at Rob Butler, 9 carries for 62 metres. Sorry, but that ain't good enough. You know, he only got through the line once in this game. You look at Reece Kennedy, you know, he had 12 carries, but only 46 metres. They're your two prop forwards. And between them, they're getting in the region of about 100 metres. In the worlds of Alex Wormsleys, the Luke Thompsons, the Paul Vaughns, the Tom Amones, the Robbie Mulherns, we could go on. These are boys that can actually do, you know, 180 over 200 metres on their own down the middle. And there's two forwards that can't even get to 100 metres. That's just a major problem for them. You then compound that with the misery of missed tackles, because the missed tackles in this game was well, quite simply imbalanced. 34 missed tackles for the London Broncos, paid 15, and that's the problem. I think defensively at times London go missing, too many missed tackles, too many fall off, and they just haven't got that punch and potency down the middle, and that's a major problem for London this year. I mean, you look at the tackle bus, 14 tackle busts combined for the London Broncos in this game. And you consider that Ryan Briley got 6 on his own for the Salford Red Devils, and he's the fullback. That tells you why at this moment in time they have not got a single win. Luckily for them, they're coming up against a team that are not too dissimilar in the Casford Tigers. An opportunity for Mike Eccles. If they're going to get a win, this for me is the best chance of a win. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when those two meet this week. As for the Salford Red Devils, 10 points from 8. Nobody would have thought that at the start of the season. Not a single person would have thought that at the start of the season. Massive congratulations to Paul Rowley. Will he be handpicked by the Leeds Rhinos? I called it, didn't I, on In the Sheds earlier in the week when I did the Leeds Huddersfield game. Could they? If the rumours are true that Richie Barlow's looking at taking Rowley to Hull FC, would Gary Harrington look at it and go, Gary Schofield today in League Express has jumped on that bandwagon. He also has called it out that maybe, just maybe, the right fit for the Leeds Rhinos could be Paul Rowley. And Rowan Smith's day is numbered. I'm sorry, Salford Red Devils fans, but this is building up some momentum. And of course, the added factor of Croft and Ackers already at the Leeds Rhinos, and an opportunity for Paul to chance his arm at a club with resources. It could be too much of a mouth-watering opportunity for him to turn down. Are you concerned about that? I'm sure you are. Will he be in situ for the Warrington game? Who knows? It's going to be fascinating to see what goes on in the next 7 days, both at Headingley, Hull, and Salford. I think there could be big stories on the horizon. Anyway, let's get to the 3-2-1. Who am I giving 3 points to? This is going to shock many. It's too easy to keep going to the likes of Briley, Sneeds, McDonald's, Lafayes. The 3 points for this game goes to the incredible Oliver Partington. What a performance from Oliver Partington on both sides of the ball. 51 tackles, 10 of which were marker tackles in this game. Unbelievable indeed. And then he carries the ball 18 times for 136 metres. 4 tackle busts as well. Partington in this game on both sides of the ball, superb. I mean, I love giving each player their own merits and looking at each individual position and who's playing well and who's having a real impact in the game. And Oliver Partington, believe you me, made a massive contribution to Salford getting over the line in this. Massive contribution. When you're doing that much defensive effort and that much go forward as well in a game, you've got to call it out. And here at Super League Raw, we call it straight. Oliver Partington, sir, many congratulations. You get our 3 points for this game. A brilliant solo display. And 2 points, well, they're going to go to Nene McDonald. I thought he was brilliant, especially in attacking phases. He was causing major problems for the London Broncos. They just couldn't put him down. Four offloads. Partington got 5. 4 offloads for Nene McDonald. He did 161 metres. Another, dare I say it, Nene type performance. Fantastic. And then we're giving the 1-2. Everybody's going to be thinking, oh, it's going to be Briley, isn't it? It's going to be Steve. No, it's not. It's going to be Dion Cross. Dion Cross, yes, he got his try and he took it well, but it weren't just that. It was his meters coming out of backfield all the way through the game. 16 carries, 252 metres. A brilliant performance from Dion Cross. Really deserving. 3 tackle busts as well. 4 clean breaks. Brilliant wing play from Dion Cross. Outstanding stuff. It must be a dream for him to be on the outside of Tim Lafayette, but quite frankly, Dion Cross in this game, brilliant. You can't expect much more from your winger than that. Fantastic, fantastic performance from Dion Cross. So there you go. 3 for Partington, fully deserved. 2 for Nene McDonald, fully deserved. 1 for Dion Cross. Do you agree, Salford Red Devils fans? Are you concerned about Paul? Is he going to be going? I don't know. It's going to be fascinating to see. As for the London Broncos, your fans, what did you make of your performance? It was a gritty one, but can you go to Castleford and win? Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Don't forget to get in the comments. Well, I won't say a brilliant win, but a gritty, determined win from the Salford Red Devils. They're on 10 points. They're 5 from 8. It was the London Broncos 4, Salford Red Devils 12. We'll see you for the final in the sheds later in the day.